My name is Brixton Albert, founder of Performance Golf, and today I'm going to take you through a real day of my life. What it's actually like running a golf company while still trying to practice, take meetings, work out, and keep everything moving forward. It's early mornings, long days, and a lot of lessons on and off the course.
There he is, the living legend.
What's up, bro?
I was just telling the camera guy, the fact that you answered your phone, I feel honored. JT, maybe the world's hardest man to get a hold of, but are you cool to take a few minutes just to look at kind of what we're working on here?
Yeah, I'd love to. Sound great.
So I think a big thing that I used to do that he's really helped me with is, I used to before like jump around. I'm watching videos online. I'm trying to do this in my swing, this in my swing. I'm thinking of like 4 different things. But he really helped me kind of get to that root part of my swing, like diagnosing, what would you call it, like the root swing flaw?
Yeah, the root swing flaw, and then, the biggest thing is there's always a huge domino effect in the swing. And when you get that first root, as we mentioned, it really makes the rest of the things you're probably trying to do easier. I'm sure golfers are trying to work on the right thing, and sometimes it's like, oh, that feels good one day, and you couldn't realize what it was, couldn't recapture it. So when you're working on that root flaw, you can always recapture it. I mean, results are going to show themselves, and that's kind of what we've been doing.
Really the big thing that we've been putting our intention on is just right here in my swing, feeling like the club is laying off just an extra second while I'm shifting to the left. And we've been working on that over and over. I think that extra second of patience with the layoff and the length. So again, really just putting my intention on an extra second of patience, just laying that off an extra second. Full intention on that.
Yeah, exactly. Patience is more so the key rather than the length. Focus on the time. That was pure. Really nice, Brixie.
So you can go see him for 2 days and he helps you do this.
His root flaw for him is starting down with his hands versus starting down with his body. So the goal is just trying to reduce that first signal, which is that. If we can get your chest to beat your hand by a millisecond, that's it. Yeah, perfect. That's a new road we're building.
And then the cool thing is I'll come in here and I'll practice my 10 swings a day. And then I'll send him a video once a week and he'll tell me if I'm doing it. Then we'll do some of these live sessions. And that's the exact way you can improve with PG1.
The tour players, when you see them practice, Tommy Fleet was a great example. It's the same range station all the time, right?
Yeah.
Same range station all the time. Once you find your template, you get pretty good at it. It's nice that you can just keep working on the same thing.
Do you know what's interesting? I think with golf, like it's so easy to jump around because there's so much out there. But the more you can just say right thing, right order, and stay disciplined to that, I think it gives you an edge over like 99% of golfers. And that's what we're really focused on here at PG1. So I'm a big believer that every golfer has a couple things wrong with their swing. Even the best players in the world have some swing flaws. I've got 5 swing flaws. Most golfers have a couple swing flaws. What most golfers do, though, is they work on their 4th swing flaw or their 5th swing flaw. But the real secret to getting better at golf that I found is if you can work on your swing flaws in the right order, you can get better 10 times faster. When I had an instructor identify my root flaw, I literally got 5 shots better within weeks. Versus before that, I spent years practicing as hard as I could practice spinning my wheels because I was working on the wrong things in the wrong order. So that's really where the point really got into my head. After years and years of trying, everything of like, man, the only real secret to getting better is to work on the right things in the right order. If you're jumping around and you're trying a million different things, you're following the curse the golf world sets up for you. So it's all about stacking wins at performance golf and actually practicing less and really just love your game more. So when you can go play, you know, again, you're over these shots and you're thinking about enjoying it versus, oh, let's just quickly get this shot over with. Like my goal is every swing, maximum enjoyment because I'm working on the right things. So here we go, par 4. Really want to aim down the left center of the fairway, kind of a tight hole. Let's make a practice swing. I'm going to work on my one intention. When you can fix that root flaw and find someone that can fix it for you, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's like that eureka moment of I'm banging my head against the wall, then bam, it just clicks and everything's so much easier. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Alrighty, there we go. Right up my line. Left side of the fairway, that was pretty good. Yeah, I think one of the worst feelings as a golfer is just, okay, this worked for 2 days, and then it starts to wear off, it doesn't work, and you're looking for the next thing. And then, I mean, if you're that guy, it's like, oh, I think I found it. Oh, I think I found it. Typically means you're jumping around it too much. Yeah. Where if we can just make this really good plan and have the plan come from like the world's best, it's going to get you working on the right things, and that's everything that we do. Less is more. Right things, right order. Secret to having an advantage over every other golfer. Birdie time. So pretty good drive here. Got about 126 yards in. I'm just trying to lay the club off a little bit more while I transition to the left. So all my intention is going into that. All my practice, all my feel.
I think Brixton is a genius. So like on a genius level, his awareness is really high. And also I feel like his presence is really high. So meaning like he is into that moment. You know, a golf swing is obviously a very short amount of time, and you have a lot of processing to go through that time. You know, Tiger will stop like a little bit at the top. That is like, I mean, that takes so much, you know, like ability to be able to calm your mind, stop your mind. And Tiger did that numerous times, and Brixton has done it. I mean, there would be times I'm taking video and I'm just stunned at like, oh my gosh.
You just saw that guy?
Like I'm talking almost at the ball, like to his thighs, but he would just be like, oh, it wasn't right, I felt it, and then it would stop, which is just like, oh my gosh, how can you go that far down and tell your brain to abort? He's about to hit and then stop like down at the bottom. So Brixton and Tiger are for sure the farthest that I've seen anyone stop on the way down with like an actual intent to hit the ball.
Ball's a little below my feet. Don't really want to miss right, so I'll aim a little left of the hole here. Maybe hit a little couple yard fade in. Maybe just past it, I'm going to guess. Okay, not too bad, 20 feet. The next example, and we teach this in the platform, is I can hit this putt right here, and I can say, okay, this is a downhill putt. I'm going to aim about here and see what happens. Or I could hit this putt and say, okay, I'm going to pick out a precise point of where I'm going to aim, and I'm going to commit to a speed where if I miss this thing, it's going to go to here. And if I make this, it's going to roll in right here around 4 o'clock. So there's 2 ways to approach the mental game. Just go hit a shot with like a loose plan, or hit a shot with great intention. To me, that's winning the mental game. Now, am I going to hit a perfect putt? I don't know. I can't control that, but what I can control is my clear plan before the shot. So what I do there, I can't control that I made that putt, but what I can control is I had a clear plan on my line and my speed. Now, if I would have hit a bad putt there though, I would consider that still a successful mental game. Why? Because the mental game happens before the shot. And I don't know about you, but I saw that thing drop in about right
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. If you want to get really precise with the mental game, with your game, it's about being smarter. I'm going to win the mental edge. I'm going to control the mental side. And that's what we help you do at Performance Golf. Like, let's dominate the mental side, because you can win that game. You're probably never going to win the game of hitting the ball the furthest or things like that. And that's a big part, again, to the platform, just to being super smart and efficient. Alrighty, so here we are kicking off the day. Big theme for me, just like in golf, whenever I get in here for the day, I always know what my key focus is. And that's just the key premise of how I operate from a business level and also a golf level. What's my number one priority for today? Look at all these different projects. This just shows you like all the different things happening at PG, all these different channels of different initiatives. We got a lot of stuff going on. So today I'm going to work on our content strategy. What's that one thing you can do that's going to fix 3 or 4 other things? And that's how I work here again with my business. And that's the key really with golf. Work on less, work on the right things in the right order. And that's how you see breakthroughs. So we're going to kick it off here with some work, then do some calls.
Well, good morning, everybody.
How are you feeling about the 10-shot swing challenge with Martin Chuck?
As you mentioned, Brixton, PG1 should be more than just a training app. It should be a launch pad for our users' growth.
I love it. John, what's happening, man?
We've been working on that full rebrand. So we got the future of where performance golf is coming.
Nice.
As of 2026, like people won't even know. Like they'll be like, where did this company come out of? Where did it come from?
We're doing some exciting stuff. We're building a hell of a team out here. Like when I first started this, it was like me just going all out. Now I got folks like John, Faraz, Chris McGinley, all these people that have been like doing some great stuff for other big companies that are all now behind the PG innovation. It was really January 30th, 2016, where I finally committed to doing Performance Golf Zone at the time. But the first couple of years were difficult. Was not good with technology. Do a full video shoot, not have the audio on, lose everything. Okay, do it again. Learn a little bit. So I kept learning through that process. So it was failing forward, and I'm a big believer in that. Great quote here. Measuring backward means you measure your progress based on where you were before. You liberate yourself from that gap. Just reframing your thinking on, hey, look at where I started and look at where I am. Look at the momentum I have, and look how I'm going to just keep building on that in a healthy way. So it's just a small shift. But, I think just like in golf and just like in life, like often those small shifts take you from maybe where you are to like where you want to be. So I travel all over. I'm like calling people, interviewing people personally and going and taking lessons from people just to figure out who can really come onto the platform to help the everyday guy love their game more and just play better. And I found Bob Kramer. And we created a masterclass around Bob, and that started to do well. So I start building this around Bob. I'm all excited. I'm getting this thing going again. And then within the next year, Bob unfortunately passes away. It's 2018, and I'm like, man, I haven't really made any progress. I've learned some stuff. I see there's a golf market. So I was connected with this Eric Cagorno, and Eric launched about 150 YouTube videos. And I don't think one of his videos had more than like 50 views. So no one is watching his content. But I talked to Eric and I just saw this like seed of greatness within him. I'm like, you know what? This is a stock I would buy.
I feel so lucky and so fortunate and grateful that he sent me a message, that he gave me the opportunity to do that.
The reverse slice sequence was really the first course that we launched. And it started to blow up. To Eric blowing up, Eric becoming a celebrity.
Slowly but surely, man, like the reverse slice sequence really took off. That's what the audience wanted.
We fixed, well over 100,000 golfers' slices, and we saved success stories. I sliced for 60 years, now I hit draws. I was gonna quit the game, now I hit draws. I used to stand on every tee thinking it's gonna go out of bounds. Today I played and I hit 0 slices. So it was an incredible course, but it really started the business.
To see what performance golf is now compared to that first shoot at the reverse slice sequence is unbelievable.
There's no way he's hitting this thing.
Again?
This freaking game.
I might have went through.
I think
I might have went through. Did it really? 2 swings. All right, big time.
Like his work ethic, his vision, his willingness to like really crush something is so rare. Like I've been on the planet for 36 years. I've met one person like him. And to be able to see that firsthand from the ground up has been an unbelievable journey.
Like I failed a lot, but along the way, I've had a lot of these little moments where I'm like, there are ways to get better faster. And people really started to catch wind of this innovative platform that we were creating at Performance Golf. And that led to some of these really big name guys that I dreamt of, the Martin Chucks, The Hank Haneys.
When Brixton first came to me and said he wanted to work with the best coaches in the world, it meant a lot that that was his approach. And it showed me that he just truly wanted to help people. And we did it with the one-shot slice fix, incredibly successful. And it's shown by the amount of people that we've helped. So it's been absolutely great.
Those guys are absolute legends. Worked with multiple world number ones. They've seen so many things those guys do, and just to be able to hear the stories.
Of Phil Mickelson, who I always let his heel come off the ground and get really long, he was more of an arc speed guy.
You know, every time you spend time with these guys, I've got like 8 great stories of just, oh, okay, Tiger did that.
Like Tiger always went down. So you may see a little head movement going down like that. When they come back to where they left from. They don't go past the ball before they hit it.
And that's what we kind of bring into the platform.
I wasn't interested in being on another golf platform, to be honest. I was on Revolution Golf for 10 years. I was on the Golf Channel for 3 years. And I was just satisfied kind of doing my thing, coaching my golf camp. Well, you know, I'd said a couple of respectful no thank yous. And then they got a hold of my wife, Stacy. And Stacy said, oh, they seem like lovely guys. Let's meet them for a beer. So sure enough, they came to Phoenix. I think they were doing a shoot with Hank Haney. We met right around the Raven over just a little local place. And I'll tell you what, I was super impressed by Brixton right away.
This man is not just the owner of Performance Golf. Martin Chuck shows up. He's on the bag. He still cleans clubs.
You gotta have the clubs looking fresh.
Brixton is dialing in Martin Chuck's clubs.
We talked for a minute. He played high-level college golf. He's a really good golfer. He's a great dude, and he is a super, super intelligent guy about the love of golf and how people love to consume golf content. And then he just, you know, he said, hey, Martin, I've been watching your stuff for years, and I'd love for you to be a part of the team. And so my wife's looking at me, I felt like I was ganged up on.
I saw how Martin Chuck was helping people, and I'm like, man, one day I would just love to work with that guy.
I've had the best time getting to know Brixton and his partner, Donnie. They've assembled a coaching team, which I'm really proud to be a part of. In Brixton, I'm like, this dude's awesome. We played in some golf trips over the years and getting to know him and see how his brain's like just kind of calculating on how he can express information so that golfers can get better. That's what I was really impressed by.
And now, to be able to see these guys coach others.
That was so good.
Be on our platform. That's one of the things I'm just super proud of now, to visualized and just wished to now having that kind of come together with some of these elite instructors.
Fix your slice forever. I've worked with a lot of companies over my long teaching and coaching career, and Performance Golf is by far the best company that I've ever worked with in golf. It's not even close.
Did I lose my 8-iron? Oh, I left it at my house. Whatever. Yeah, actually one of the interesting experiences I had when I was a kid, my high school coach, he actually made us play with 5 clubs. So we had to play a lot of rounds with our driver, our 6-iron, our 8-iron, our sand wedge, and putter. First time I did, I actually shot 65.
So the first time I actually met Brixton was outside of a pro shop at a golf course in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So he was out going to play with his high school team, and I was about to play with my high school team. And within 5 minutes of conversation with him, he was going out to play around with only 5 clubs. I guess it was a challenge that his high school coach had them do.
Because what it helps you do is it helps you kind of get away from thinking about so many things to, okay, I got to hit this 6-iron. I normally hit it a $190. I got to hit this 6-iron 130.
So I made him a small wager bet that he couldn't go under par with 5 clubs. I was joking when I put the bet out there. I thought that, you know, he might just laugh and then go tee off, but he took the bet. I thought it was the easiest money I'd ever made. And I was checking in with him throughout the round. I was playing a couple groups behind him, and he ended up shooting a 65. So that just speaks to just how remarkable he is in terms of a golfer, but also his belief and his ability to achieve some things that you know, people wouldn't even attempt.
So it gets you playing more in the right side of your brain, which really helps you start to override bad muscle memory and kind of love your game and just play a little better. So now we got 164, and that's an 8-iron. So I can hit a 9 or I can hit a 7. So I'm gonna hit a little cut 7, and I'm really envisioning my swing being a little bit shorter because this is too much club.
Okay, that looked pretty damn good. Right edge to right center. I'm very precise. That was a great putt. I just misread it. It broke the other way. So, misread it. Good news is, though, my mental game was good. Alrighty. So any trips longer than 5 minutes, I made the decision a month ago that I'm gonna take a ride to work in the car, save myself some time, build performance golf so we can help more people love their game. Everything that we do at PG, it's about being more efficient, less time, better results. I'm working out with a trainer in Miami that works with a bunch of NBA and a bunch of pro athletes. We're gonna do a really good workout with them, do some calls on the way back, and then do a bunch of meetings when we get home.
We're changing this whole thing.
It's about getting 1% better. Every part of the day is about getting a little better. Whew. Chris, how are you, man?
Brixton, good morning.
Chris came on board. I said, Chris, Titleist, great company. I don't want to make products so for the tour pros. I said, I want you to make a club my dad can hit out of a divot solid every time. Ooh, look at that. Or if my dad's around the green, he sucks at chipping. Make a wedge he can hit out of any lie.
Close grade par 5 and 2.
Okay, this is a very difficult shot. He's got the one wedge. Ooh. Ooh. Sweet. We realized there was a huge pain point in the market around golfers hitting chip shots. I mean, even the best golfers in the world who are practicing their short game 5-6 hours a day, if their technique's a little off, they can hit some shots and look silly. Basically, the big premise is all golfers tend to decelerate with their wedges. So I wanted to create a wedge that helped the club naturally cut through any lie.
You know, pros get their clubs tuned to them as perfect as they can. Most amateurs don't have that ability at all. The One Wedge is one of the best clubs that I think any company has made in a very long time. I use it in my schools all the time and have a joke with teaching out of the sand, right? Like, I'm going to teach you guys how to get out of the sand. If you still can't get out, I'm going to give you a club and then you should be able to get out of the sand. Literally had a guy buy the club in the sand, like on his phone, buy the PG One Wedge while we're in the sand, which is hilarious. I mean, these are clubs that golfers need, you know, desperately.
Go in, go in, go in, go in.
So the One Wedge, my goal was, can I make solid contact for the short game? Like breathing. It's just automatic. It just happens. And it's really good. It's just so easy to hit this, right? Like, it's just so forgiving. So I'm creating this wedge with Chris, and we're like in our 4th prototype.
Wow.
All right, so
That just clicked. But then at that same time, I'm at Hank Haney's house. Hank's showing me some things with my swing. Okay, Hank's got this awesome golf studio. He's got a green in his backyard. Like, it was at night. Hank had his lights out. This beautiful evening. And Hank goes, hey, Brix, why don't you go in that back room? I got a bag of Tiger's old wedges. So I go back to that back room. Like, I remember the moment.
In Hank's little lab, he said, go back and grab a Tiger wedge.
There's a handful of Tiger's old wedges. They had the TW on them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like a unique moment for me. This is Tiger's wedge. And Hank's got him.
Yeah, when Brixton came to my golf studio, he was enthralled with that wedge. I told him how one of his club designers at Nike always ground Tiger's wedges for him.
So I go in Hank's backyard and I start chipping. And this wedge, I kid you not, I think the best way I can explain this is it feels like I have like a magical wand in my hand. It feels like I have something that's almost illegal that makes chipping too easy. It was just like a joke. And Hank's watching me. He's like, damn, your short game is really good. I'm like, Hank, what is in this thing? And he's like, well, you know, there is a little insider knowledge here. There's a guy that makes wedges custom for most tour pros that puts some kind of like some secret elements in them that just make these wedges almost like unfair. Like, easier to use.
Brixton wanted to develop the best wedge he could for amateur golfers. He knew how special Tiger's clubs were, so he thought, you know what, I got to find somebody to design something special for performance golf.
And Hank mentioned the gentleman that does this. And the interesting thing about this gentleman is he flies under the radar. The pros know him, but he doesn't really want the public to know him. A couple days later, we're doing a video shoot here. Rocco Media is over at the house. And Rocco is a magician with his wedges. And I say to Rock, I'm like, hey, like, what do you do? Like, give me some of your tips. And he, shows me some insider knowledge. But then he's like, oh, there's also this guy. And he references the same guy that Hank referenced, club engineer X, let's just say, the guy that doesn't really want to be known, but is an absolute legend amongst the pros. After a couple months of trying to track this guy down, he showed me a couple of these secret elements he was putting in Tiger's wedges and all these big guys. And then we implemented those to make this thing even better. And that's how the One Wedge really evolved.
The ability for him to find what that golfer needs, little cracks in golf where golfers need some help, and then no stone unturned when it comes to actually making the clubs. I think that's really kind of what makes golf and Brixton a perfect match.
So I'm going to show you here the One Wedge 2.0, little early release coming soon. I mean, I'll put this ball in a divot here. In my divot. I mean, this lie is brutal. I don't even know if this is possible to hit solid. I mean, any other traditional wedge, I'm chunking that. This is really the formula in the process to love your game more. Performance golf. Chris has really helped me create some disruptive products that help the average guy just play better. So,
357, that was one of our most successful launches ever. We added a 359 companion. I mean, it is a 9-wood. Gary McCord calls it the naughty 9. Flies as far as your 5-wood, lands as soft as a 9-iron. So, just got the news back from the USGA that both the right hand and left hand are conforming, so we're go for launch on that.
Okay, well that's good news. All of our products are USGA conforming. We will never make a club that's not USGA conforming, but I want to test the limit. Let's push this thing as hard as we can. You hit it. People are like, is this thing legal? I look at these clubs as almost steroids.
That's money.
That is all over. Yep. Good shot there. Wow.
Because these features, again, they just stack the deck. It's almost like, the products just make it easier to play better and have more fun.
We're trying to help the average golfer. We're trying to do stuff in some white spaces in between where the big companies hit and really help golfers play the game better.
We were FaceTiming my dad earlier, and my dad tells me, he went from a 20 down to like an 8.
What's your low round in the last month?
76 at Fairview.
Wow, nice.
I've started to use my 7-wood, the 357 club,
Yeah.
which has really given me great trajectory. I hit it straight as an arrow. I use it about 6 or 7 times throughout a round, and that's saving me at least 4 or 5 strokes a round by the accuracy of that club.
That's pretty good. And I'm just so proud of my dad because he sees it, he sees how this helps him. And he just knows the more he uses this, the better he gets.
Wow. Par.
But it's pretty cool to see. He literally probably took 13 to 15 shots off his handicap since retiring. Another fairway for this man. It's legitimately, my dad will continue to get better at golf the next 10 years of his life in his 70s. Wow.
2 pars in a row, folks.
It's pretty impressive. He claims the clubs alone, these accelerators that we're building, have helped him cut his handicap in half. We can't make these fast enough, Chris. We got to go faster. He needs more.
I know. We're pushing. We got a lot of great projects. It's not just clubs, as you know, Brixton. It's training aids. So.
Yeah.
Click sticks in at least one of the golf simulators.
PG into retail. You're going to find us in stores. Dick's, PGA Tour Superstore, Shields, Walmart. PG is going to be in there, or am I mishearing you? Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming things?
You're not dreaming. We're going to be in there.
That's very exciting.
And since we're global, at the PGA show.
So it's literally Masters Sunday, okay? 2022. I'm sitting right over there with Eric Cagorno, basically the guy that I started the business with, my coach, JT Thomas. Scotty Scheffler's about to win. And the training aid idea finally hit me. Click stick. It's going to give me that feedback. Okay, cool. I heard the click. A lot of golfers, when they get the impact, they kind of look a little bit like this. And I was like, can I help golfers fix their slice with a nice pre-molded grip? I knew I could do that. And could I help golfers get a little more of that shaft lean? But could I help them do it in a way where they didn't need to think about it so much? We went through like a year of just prototyping this thing, testing it with golfers, testing it.
He does so much like rigorous testing with this stuff that it makes the training aids really good. And to find a feel, which is I think what every golfer looks for, is like, hey, this training aid is meant to help you feel something, and to where when we take the training aid away, you can feel it again.
I know exactly what I need to do, no guesswork. So it's just constantly just improving with the time you have in a smart way. Okay, and this is a little nuts, is I'll do a little bit of adversity training. I'll get 2 balls here, 3 balls, and I'm gonna try to hit these shots at my house, off my green, to put some extra pressure on myself. I'm gonna aim for the white spot right here and see if I can hit this off the green. So I like to hit a shot that would make me nervous, because if I get nervous here, I'll be ready for it on the course. There we go, 1 for 1. Where should my next target be? Off the grill? This is gonna be hard. Tight lie, whew. Oh, pretty good. So again, I hit 12 golf balls out here today. I'm super busy, probably just like you, but it's about practicing smarter, and that's what PG1's all about. So, alrighty, knocked out a few meetings, but we're gonna hop in an Uber here, get a quick stretch, and come back, do a bunch of calls, then wrap it up. How you doing? Again, everything that we do here is about systems and just trying to be more efficient. As a golfer, you don't need to go out there for hours. You just gotta go out there for 20 minutes, 10 minutes, do your 10 swings, practice the right things in the right order, because it's gonna compound over time. So life's all about stacking habits. I work a lot. As you can see, I do throw in some health things because I wanna feel my best, which allows me to keep the body sharp, keep the mind sharp, but then also, really focus on the business. Here we are. My man, Dave.
How's it going?
Dave E. I think sometimes you forget to breathe, and breathing is such a little thing.
Yeah, breathing is key.
But you remind me of that, through the stretch, breathe. I think that's big in golf too. People don't breathe. It's very underrated. You get any golfers that come in here at all?
All the time.
You got some golfers?
Yeah, I have a guy today.
Yeah.
Maybe in his mid-50s. Loves what the stretching is doing for him.
Yeah. See you, man.
How's it going? He almost ripped you off the table.
Dude, he's a strong dude, but he's just a really cool guy. Okay, so thanks to Kat, my assistant, I come in here. Look at this. She's got it all dialed in.
I am Brixton's personal assistant. I pretty much help him get organized throughout his days, and I keep the house maintained.
Life's about creating systems, same with golf. I know exactly what I'm taking with my vitamins. Kat keeps me organized, allows me to focus more on PG1. Super grateful for that.
Welcome back to Golf Live. Brixton Albert from Performance Golf joins me today. Brixton, I am so impressed by everything you've done to help people with their game.
We're trying to build the world's smartest platform to take golfers from where they are to really reaching their full potential. Really keying in on the right thing. Can you identify that lead domino in your game? I think that's the important thing. That's what Performance Golf does. When you come into our ecosystem within the PG1 platform, we help you diagnose that one thing that's going to get you on track. Can we meet you where you're at as a golfer based on your learning style? Just doing it in a smart, strategic way that really guides them through this lifetime journey of golf. When Tiger won the Masters in 1997, I don't know how I saw that final round, but I was like, this is cool. So once the Masters ends, I literally putt for 3 hours. Putting cross-handed like Jim Furyk, local Lancaster County hero. I'm putting conventional like Tiger to figure out which way am I gonna putt. And I was putting to the leg of the table that my family would have dinner at as a kid at our first house. So this was the table right here. So fast forward a number of years later, my dad texted me and my dad goes, hey, what's your favorite golf hole in the world? Something, I don't know, probably somewhere at Augusta. And I told him hole 13 at Augusta. Okay, this is hole 13. This is the green. You can see the creek before the green. So my dad, a couple weeks later, as a surprise gift, my dad's a killer gift giver with the scrapbook and things like this. He ships this thing down to me, gets this thing painted. So this has a lot of meaning for me. Not only it's where my family ate dinner when I was a youngster, but this is where I putted when I first got hooked to golf. I putted to, the legs of the table. Like one of those first couple moments where I got hooked on the game. And I think we can all kind of relate to that. We all had that, maybe that one shot when we were first starting that got us hooked. And this table is one of those special moments for me, and just grateful to be able to look at this every day. Has a lot of meaning. These things that he thinks about that were special parts in the journey, and just moments I had with my dad. It's just the beauty of the game of golf, and just to remember those things. And that's why I think it's all about memories. And the more of those memories you can create, and the more fun it is, and the more you really love it. I mean, those memories are worth more than any dollar. And I would do anything to have 10 more of those. And that's really what I want to pass on now. The best moments of that to kind of help you in just a smarter way. Because life is short, and I realized that when I was a little kid. I was fortunate to have that moment where I'm like 5 years old. So I was like, man, life's gonna go fast. I don't know what source of energy hit me that day, but I'm so grateful for it because it's turned me into this person of like, hey, I want to find ways to crack codes for myself, to go from being really bad to actually getting good at something. And that's what my whole life's been about, making breakthroughs. And now how can I translate those learnings in a way where you can make your big breakthrough to love your game more? Because life does go fast, and you really deserve to get the most out of it.